Hello, welcome to Talk with Doc. I'm your host, Madison Dawkins, and today we have the lovely Tre Solomon. So Tre, let's get started. Your current magazine, where'd you get the inspiration? Kind of walk me through your thought process with that.
So I guess about 2 years ago, I kind of started as a joke. It was made just to kind of spoof the walk, and kind of just make like this ratchet, like ghetto version of it, like where like they're wearing more streetwear brands. They're not like doing like denim on denim jackets and stuff like that.
Right.
Just because I thought like the walk was a little bit corny and kind of like really pretentious a little bit. Just because they kind of just didn't look like what normal people wear.
Right.
And I kind of wanted to make something like that. And as I started going through like the development of it, I kind of just thought, well, it'd be kind of whack if I just like made something so derivative that like it's just made just to mock something else. Like I want to be able to like be a platform for other artists to get their names out there, or just to like just share their work.
Right. And who have you collaborated with?
So Adam Reed was in it. He was a design student here at Penn, and he created Hero Soul, the brand Hero Soul. He's just a really dope creative. Like he's like done a bunch of internships at like Adidas and like other places like that, and I think he's at Calvin Klein right now, and he's doing his thing, and it's like it was just really a great opportunity to just like learn more about him and just to learn where he gets his inspiration from, because that's ultimately like what I wanted to do with the book.
Right.
I wanted it to be more than just about the end product of these people, of these people's passion. I want it to be more about what drives them and like
Right.
like where like what their story is. Just because I just think that the artist themselves is more fascinating than the actual art they make.
Yeah. That's very fascinating. And who did you go to bounce ideas off of? Who was really pivotal to this whole process?
A lot of it I was doing alone, but I was able to get in touch with Martellus Bennett. He's a former NFL player who he played tight end
Patriots,
for the
right.
Patriots
Yep.
and the Packers and the Bears and the Giants. And I reached out to him just asking him if he wanted to be in the book, and he just kind of took on this mentorship role with me, and he's just been really great, just bouncing ideas off of him about like just different projects that I have, and especially the magazine, and he kind of gave the money to.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
For me to print it, which they're coming soon. So.
And
I'm
how did you
excited
get in
about that.
contact with him?
I literally just shot my
shot.
on Instagram.
I love that.
Yeah, I
That
just
just
slid in
goes
his
to show
DMs.
you always have to shoot your shot. Oprah, I'm coming. How are you promoting your magazine?
Purely through Instagram.
And do you have your own Instagram page for this, or are you doing it through your
At the moment, I'm doing it through my regular account.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about like once it gets bigger, I'll like start making like little accounts.
Where do you see the magazine in 5 years? What are your hopes for it?
I hope that I can actually like get a staff for like the next one, and I just want to keep doing more of the same. I want to actually include like op-eds and like and just different little articles and stuff like that to just to get other people exposure, like people who write, get them
Right.
exposure, and just like I want this to be like a part of like someone's portfolio.
I love
They get
that.
to say that like, oh, I designed spreads for this magazine, and like this is what they look like, and they have like tangible evidence of like their work. Because I feel like throughout my time here, that's one of the things that I've been lacking, is that the things I want to do in the future, I have to have a portfolio for, and I just don't have that, and no one's ever really worked with me to create one. So I want to be able to do that for like especially young like black creative kids that are like athletes as well, because
Right.
they get so few opportunities to express themselves off the field, just because of just the amount of work they have to do while they're on the field and off the field.
Right.
I just want to be able to be that, like, sort of like, in a way, like a mentor or something like that to some of these kids, just to help them like navigate like these creative spaces.
I love that. And how were you able to balance that with football and pursuing your art? What was that process like for you?
It was really tough. I did let like some things like go by the wayside, like school. Sometimes.
It happens. I totally can relate to that.
Yeah, it's just when I thought about it, like, I wanted to do this more than I wanted to do school, and like I felt that it was more of a priority to me.
Right. Is each issue going to have a different theme or a different area you focus on?
Yeah, so the next two that I want to do people that use their voices, so performing artists, singers, and people that do podcasts and stuff like that.
Wow.
Just because Black voices are important, and I really want to, and I'm really fascinated by podcasts, and just the way in which like people really get out there and just put themselves out there. Because even for me, when I was trying to put together the magazine and put it out there, I had actually finished it a year ago, but I was really in a bad spot where my self-esteem was like completely gone. And I just wouldn't release it. I just wouldn't release it because I was worried about what other people would say.
Right.
And then there was just the day that I released it, like I just woke up and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna actually like show the world what I did, because you know I don't care right now. I mean, like after I did it, I was terrified.
Yeah.
But I was really overwhelmed and like really happy with just all the positive feedback that I got from it, and like it was really kind of what I needed to like keep going forward with it. Yeah.
So let's have a conversation kind of around mental health. What would you say is your experience, especially here at Penn? And then what would you want to tell people, whether it's people on the football team or just students in general? What advice do you have?
Like the main one is don't ignore symptoms. I was showing symptoms of bipolar disorder when I was in high school, and I noticed it myself because I told my mom I feel like I'm having mood swings, a lot of mood swings, and I was like tasting my own anxiety on my breath, and it was and I was like, and they just chalked it up to being puberty, or just just something's up, and like we don't need to really look into it because it's not that serious. Because I enjoy helping people, and like I want to be able to like help like these, especially the kids on the football team, just because I know them so well, and I know that a lot of them are very creative, but they just don't necessarily get the chance to show it all the time. I really want to be the like maybe just like the stepping stool for them to get up and like show themselves. Right. Yeah. So like I think that personally, like I think that my skills as an artist are okay, but I recognize that there's so many other people that have like far better skills than I do that deserve to be noticed and recognized for their hard work.
Right. Yeah. And so do you start a lot of conversations with your friends from football on how they can continue to pursue their creative outlets? Yeah, actually, after I put the magazine on Instagram, a few of the younger players, like the sophomores, actually contacted me and just asked if they could be on the next one, and I kind of just walked them through like what my vision for it was, and just letting them know that like I want to be like a platform for people like you to like show your creative side, like even if it like you don't have like if you don't have the resources to make your own magazine, like I can get the resources to do that, and we can make one together. That's awesome.